You've been standing in the dairy aisle grabbing the same almond milk carton for years, assuming it's a solid, healthy choice. Most of us do. The branding is clean, the word almond is right there in the name. It feels like a smart swap, but the protein in most of these products is almost nothing, 1 gram per serving in many cases. Compare that to what you'd actually get from eating almonds, and the gap is huge. Today, I'm walking you through 11 brands, the ones quietly ripping you off and the ones doing it right. Before we move on, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Number 1. Silk Almond Milk. Silk is the brand most people picture first. It's in every grocery store, every coffee shop, probably in your fridge right now. And because it's everywhere, most people assume it must be doing something right. Here's the truth. Silk's almond milk is estimated to contain around 2% almonds or less. The rest of that carton is water, a handful of gums, and added vitamins to cover what the almonds aren't providing. You're basically paying for fortified water with a faint nut flavor. Flip the carton and read it. Water is first, then sunflower lecithin, locust bean gum, gellan gum. Those gums are the only reason it doesn't pour like tap water. 1 gram of protein per serving tells you everything. The almonds are barely there, and Silk isn't alone. Number 2. Almond Breeze. Almond Breeze sounds like it was made by people who really love almonds. And here's the thing. The company behind it, Blue Diamond, is one of the biggest almond growers in the world. They literally grow the stuff. And yet the almond content in their milk sits at around 2%. That's it. A class action lawsuit was filed over exactly this. The gap between what the name promises and what's actually in the carton. The lawsuit settled. The formula didn't change. The rest of the carton is water, tapioca starch for body, calcium carbonate, and added vitamins to replace what the processing removed. Almonds are expensive, water is not. That's the whole business decision, right there. The name does the selling. The ingredients tell a very different story. Number 3. Alpro Almond Milk. If you're in the UK or Europe, Alpro is your version of Silk. It's the default grab. And here's something interesting. EU rules actually require Alpro to print the almond percentage right on the carton. Sounds like a win, right? The number is 2%. It's there if you look for it. But it's tiny, there's no context around it. And the word almond in big bold letters on the front does a lot more work than that small print ever will. And here's the kicker. Those added vitamins that compensate for the missing almonds? Your body absorbs them less efficiently than the same nutrients found naturally in whole food. So even the nutritional safety net has holes in it. Disclosure without context isn't transparency. It's a technicality. Number 4. Almond Dream. Almond Dream sounds like it was made by someone who really loves almonds. You find it in natural food stores sitting next to clean, simple products. The earthy packaging says better choice before you even read a word. But flip it over. The thickener here is rice starch, which is unusual. Most brands use gums. And some versions contain carrageenan, a seaweed-derived additive that researchers have linked to gut inflammation with regular use. Regulators say it's safe, but some scientists aren't so sure. And that debate is ongoing. Here's the kicker. Carrageenan is the last thing you expect in a drink you're buying for your health. The front says Dream. The back says rice starch, carrageenan, and a small amount of almonds. Next up is a brand charging premium prices, so let's see if it earns them. Number 5. Pacific Foods Almond Milk. Pacific Foods costs more than the mass market brands. That price signals quality, and honestly it delivers, but not in the way you'd expect. The almond content is still sitting in that same 2 to 3% range. So you're not getting more almonds. What you are getting is a shorter ingredient list. Fewer gums, simpler formula, less processing overall. And that's a real difference worth knowing about. But here's the kicker. A clean ingredient list and a high almond content are two completely separate things. A shorter list just means fewer additives to compensate for the missing almonds. It doesn't mean more almonds actually made it into the carton. Pacific Foods is better because of what it leaves out. Just don't buy it thinking you're getting a meaningful hit of actual almonds. Number 6. So Delicious Almond Milk. So Delicious is genuinely good at one thing, making almond milk that tastes great. It's smooth, slightly sweet, and easy to drink. That's not nothing. But here's the kicker. That good taste isn't coming from almonds. Almonds in these tiny quantities don't produce that flavor. What's doing the work is added sugar, gums for texture, and something listed on the label as natural flavors. That term sounds harmless, but the FDA defines it so broadly that it can cover almost anything derived from a natural source at some point in the process. The brand doesn't have to tell you what it actually is. So that mild almond taste you're enjoying, it's likely engineered to mimic almonds rather than coming from real ones. You're drinking a well-designed imitation. Number 7. Califia Farms, regular. Califia Farms has the best-looking bottle in the aisle. The brand has a massive following, and health-conscious shoppers reach for it specifically because it feels like a step above the generic stuff. That reputation is real, the ingredients less so. The regular line still sits in that same low almond range, and some versions add sunflower oil, in which most people don't expect in a nut milk. The oil is there to make it creamier because the almonds aren't present in large enough quantities to do that job on their own. So you're drinking a product that likely contains more sunflower oil than actual almonds. It also uses the same gums as the mass market brands. The bottle looks premium. The formula tells a different story. Here's where the list turns around. Number 1. Elmhurst milked almonds. Elmhurst started as a dairy farm. They switched to plant-based milks and brought real food science with them. Their process breaks down the whole almond instead of straining most of it out. So significantly more of the nut actually ends up in your glass. No gums, no carrageenan, no thickeners at all. The creaminess comes from the almonds themselves, and the ingredient list is basically 2 things: filtered water and almonds. That's it. The protein reflects this. You're getting close to 5 grams per serving in some versions, compared to the 1 gram you've been seeing across most of this list. That's a completely different product. It costs more, separates in the fridge, and has a shorter shelf life, but it's actual almond milk, not almond-flavored water. Number 2. Malk Organic. Almond milk. Malk doesn't try to be subtle, the name is blunt, the ingredient list is short, and the whole product is built around one idea: just put actual almonds in the carton. What sets Malk apart is sprouted almonds. Most brands skip this step entirely, and honestly, when you're only using 2% almonds, why would you bother? But Malk uses enough almonds that it actually matters. Sprouting breaks down phytic acid, a compound that normally binds to minerals like calcium and magnesium, and blocks your body from absorbing them. Less phytic acid means your body gets more of what's actually in there. The ingredient list is filtered water, organic sprouted almonds, and sometimes a little salt or vanilla. No gums, no oils, no synthetic vitamins, no natural flavors. Number 3. 3 Trees Almond Milk. 2 ingredients: almonds and water. That's the entire list for 3 Trees original almond milk. No vitamins, no gums, no natural flavors, nothing. Some people hear that and ask, but where's the calcium? Where's the vitamin D? And the honest answer is it's not there. 3 Trees makes food, not a supplement. If you need fortified nutrients, they think you should get them from real food sources, not from a drink engineered to fake a nutrition label. What you do get is a product that actually tastes like almonds, because it contains a real amount of them. And because there's nothing added to mask the flavor, the quality of the almonds matters completely. There's nowhere to hide. It separates in the fridge. The shelf life is short, and it's hard to find, but it's the real thing. Number 4. Califia Farms Organic. The regular Califia line had sunflower oil, gums, and a formula built around additives. The organic version cuts the oil out. The ingredient list gets shorter and cleaner, and the almonds are grown without synthetic pesticides. That's a real difference. But here's the truth. Organic doesn't mean more almonds. The almond content is still low, same as any mainstream product. The economics don't change just because the certification does. And those stabilizers still show up, just fewer of them. Even the gums can carry an organic label, so certified organic only tells you so much. What it does tell you is that the farming practices are cleaner, and the formula is simpler. For most people who can't always find Elmhurst or Malk, this is a solid middle ground option. Here's the truth. Most of what's in the almond milk aisle is water, a tiny amount of nut, some gums for texture, and added vitamins to fill the gaps. That's not illegal, but it's a long way from what most people think they're buying. Elmhurst, Malk, 3 Trees. Those are the ones actually putting almonds in the carton. They cost more and they're harder to find, but they're the real thing. Flip the carton before you buy. 1 gram of protein means almost no almonds. 5 grams means someone did the job right. That number tells you more than the front label ever will.